Everybody, welcome to the Modern Gaming Weekly podcast. This is the Able Geek, your host, Able himself, and I'm joined with Brown Baymax HD. Brown Baymax, by the way, and Chips, aka the Repairman, as I call him, the Wizard.
Yeah, yeah.
How you guys? How you guys doing today?
Been doing all right. Been busy.
Been doing okay.
Yeah,
Too
it's
much money spent. So
lots of money
little
spent.
time.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. Hey, we're back with the podcast again. I got to get this rotation going again. A lot has happened over the last few months. I was watching, or me and Baymax were actually watching that last episode we did, and we were talking about the beginning of the new year. It's going by so quick. Now we're already in May, so it's definitely definitely passing by now. But
Yeah.
let's just talk some quick life updates and some pickups and what we've been doing. Bay, you want to go first and kind of let us know what you've been up to,
I don't want
what
to
you
go
picked
first.
up?
I
Yeah,
don't want to
okay.
go
Chips,
first.
do you want to go first?
Yes, he does.
Um, man. I've been doing a lot of Mister updates as of recent. Um, Picked up a JVC XI with 3 JVC controllers, which is really nice. Um, Picked up a stand for my PlayStation Vita so I can display that all nice and fancy like. Um, God, what else? I got the Sega Mark III.
Ooh,
Wait, what?
nice.
Yeah, I got this. I got a Sega Mark III. I did get a Panasonic Q. It's still in need of repair. I did get a 3D printer. I'm banging my head against the wall trying to figure that one out. um, I did print off a couple things that were okay quality, but like I wasted an entire bottle of resin just to even get that much. It's just like, oh my lord. Um, yeah, but otherwise chilling, good vibes. Thinking about doing some schooling.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
How
But
about
yeah,
uh,
so
how about you, Bay?
how about you, Bay? You want to go ahead
How's
and go
that
second
wallet?
now?
So, uh, as of recent, as of today, the 15th, uh, I picked up a Game Boy Micro, the Famicom edition. Um, I needed that in my collection. Saw someone was selling it for $100, and it needs repairs. It's in a little rough shape, but
That's why I'm here.
I was able to get it for at least 100 instead of what their people are asking, almost 260, working and fair condition.
Yeah,
Um,
that's wild.
I I picked up um because I haven't released the video yet and then haven't recorded, but I'm gonna just mention it. I've picked up a Famicom disk system. Um, I picked up as well tips and tricks from Abel himself. What else did I pick up? Oh, a Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds 3DS XL. I won a giveaway and ended up with Mario Kart 64.
CIB,
Um,
right?
CIB.
Nice.
Um, I don't know what else have I gotten as of recent. Oh yeah, I won another giveaway for Pokemon Stadium. Uh, I mean, there's a lot to mention. Like I have, oh yeah, and 2 Funko Pops as well that I got. I got Chisaki and I got Luffy Taro from One
Nice.
Piece. But yeah,
Good
there's
old Luffy.
more, but there's a lot more. I just can't remember.
The never-ending Funko Pop collection, huh?
You know it.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at also. I mean, in the last couple of months, yeah, just been working, been buying up a lot of shit I shouldn't have been buying. Mainly just a lot. I've been getting a lot of Japanese games for like Saturn, Dreamcast, Game Boy. I've been trying to build up my Game Gear collection as well. I thought I knew or had a lot of the Game Gear games, but apparently not. There's a ton out there, and I think I'm up to about maybe 18, 20 games now. But yeah,
Oh
I'm
wow,
still trying to get some. I really want that Mega Man. That's gonna
That's
be yeah,
expensive.
it's an expensive one, but we'll see.
I think the one
Um,
Mega Man game I want to get is for the Wonder Swan.
oh,
I,
okay,
pl- I played they just released an English translation for the Wonder Swan version, and it's been pretty fun from what I played.
Yeah,
nice.
it's the same one as basically Battle Network One, but Wonder Swan edition.
Yeah, it's more of a side scroller from what I've gathered thus far. It's still pretty
Hmm.
cool though.
Nice. Yeah, add some more to my Wonder Swan collection. Um, when I first started collecting Wonder Swan, it was all in box stuff that I was getting pretty cheap from Pink Gorilla, and so now I get in this kind of like OCD kind of thing where okay, all of my collection has been complete in box, so now I need complete in box going forward. It just that's just the way it is. So
It's what tears
um,
me from getting like the cardboard boxes, especially for like like Game Boy Advance games and stuff. I have
yeah,
like three complete in box Game Boy Advance games. Oh no, five if you include like two Japanese ones. Um, and yeah, it's like looking at the rest of them. I'm like, I want to get the plastic clamshells for like the DS, and just have them custom made for like my Game Boy Advance as well as my Game Boy Color games.
yeah.
It's like I
Look,
said. Mhm.
oh no, go ahead.
Like I said, I want. There's certain games I want CIB, and there's certain games, and there's one thing I want to do here soon, is get the cassette tracks, the cases, and make custom cases for the Game Boy Advance games and certain DS games.
Yeah, those look nice. And I was gonna say for like Wonder Swan, there's a lot of games you can get CIB that aren't too expensive that you'll pay like 10, 12, $15 for, maybe 20. I know I'm sure there's some out there that are pretty chunky games. They're gonna run a pretty penny. But it's not like I feel like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, maybe not so much Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, a lot of those, I mean, you're gonna pay a lot to get them CIB, even if it's a shitty game. You're gonna pay $25 for a game that's like a sports title just because it's CIB. But
Well, except for Hannah Montana, okay.
yeah, and I collect those obscure ones too. Like I have a Hannah Montana for PS2 and a Britney's dance beat sealed for PS2s. I don't know why I got those sealed. I just do. Pimp My Ride I have for Xbox sealed. It's just the
Oh my
weirdest
god!
ones. But yeah, so it's been just a lot of pickups. Nothing like huge that I've gotten recently. Um, I'm starting to unload a little bit of my collection, duplicates and games I don't want. And I guess I'll kind of go into our next topic here, which is Whatnot. Whatnot's come around, and we've been kind of heavy into that for the last few months, talking about spending money. Um, yeah, my credit card hates me. It's I've
Yeah.
I I was in just to let people know what Whatnot is before we kind of dive into it. If you haven't been on Whatnot yet, it's basically kind of like Twitch mixed with eBay. You do live auction sales where you can do video either facing you or facing away from you just on the product, and you're talking about it, and people are bidding on it, buying it. They have buy it nows and things like that, like eBay has. So it's a pretty interesting platform. I think it's something that should have been around a long time ago. It's kind of interesting that's just coming along now. But I guess with video becoming more readily available and much higher quality now with smartphones, it's perfect time for it. But I know Baymax told me about Whatnot, so he's directly responsible for murdering my wallet.
No. I just wanted to show you a good platform. I was like, okay, cool. And our poor wallets just took a hit.
Took this kamikaze themselves, man.
12 packages later.
Yeah, yeah. For a while, I was getting like 6 a day. I was like, oh my god, I got to slow down a little bit. But there's some good deals you can get on there. I've gotten some games far below market value. And then there's games I probably got at market value, some that I kind of jumped on, got on the hype of bidding, and probably paid a little too much for. But I think I learned my lesson. I think I learned to kind of pull back a little bit now, and I'm like, you know what, this is probably cheaper on eBay right now or Macari, so I'm just going to hold off and not get into a bidding war with somebody because it's a live auction. You feel that when you get in there, it gets really addicting.
It's like how I got into a bidding war because I wanted what was it, King of Fighters 99 for the Dreamcast. I was like, you're not winning this with me. I don't care.
Yeah, that's one that you want to get in a bidding war with, man. King of Fighters. That's
I'll
that's kind of worth
headbutt
it.
someone. Like, nah.
Yeah, and there's some that I've kind of let go, and then later on I look online, and and I was like, man, that was like half price. I should have probably kept going a
Right.
little bit more. I got scared. I'm like, am I overpaying for this? But it goes so quick that sometimes
You
you
don't have
don't
that
have
chance
time
to
to look it up
look
and
at
see
it.
what is
Yeah.
this going for. Yeah, so you just kind of have to use your best judgment. And luckily, I've looked at eBay, Macari, and price charting enough over the last year that I kind of have a good idea for a lot of games go for. But there's always those ones that jump in at, or jump out at you that you don't really know. How about you, Chips? How long have you been on the platform? Was it like earlier
Um,
this year that you got into it?
I think about the time I saw someone on Facebook post no, it was a friend of mine who I've been working with for doing mods and repairs and stuff like that up in another city. And he showed me a link and saying, "Oh yeah, this is the new app and stuff like that. There's this guy selling a bunch of Japanese retro systems. You should give it a look and whatnot. It looks interesting." So I looked at it and signed up for it. And yeah, it's really addicting. I think I looked at it at the beginning of this year. So not too long, but um, just enough to know how dangerous it really can be.
Yeah,
Um,
for
it
sure.
is it is definitely it's definitely hard to keep looking at game prices because of how fast some of those auctions go. Um, but you do get amazing deals. So that Mark III that I got, um, guy called Midnight, was it Midnight Arcade? Um,
Oh,
Is it a
he's
game
a
night arcade?
Game Night Arcade, yeah.
Yeah.
He is a whatnot seller, and he sells a lot of Japanese import type games and stuff like that, as well as some systems. And he had that on his buy it now for about 175. So it gives me a chance to look it up. So I looked it up. It's about a $200 system. So even for what he was selling for, it was kind of a decent price and whatever else. But he had a couple people posting up in his chat saying, "Hey, you should run that Sega. Hey, you should run that Sega and stuff like that." And
mm-hmm.
I've been guilty about doing that too. I was like, "Hey, you should run that Sega, man." I did offer him. I said, "Hey, I'll do 150. I'll buy it now." Um, and he's like, "No, no, I can't. I can't do it that way and stuff like that." And he finally, at close to the end of his stream, he ran it for $125, and I was the only one to bid on it. So
Oh
I got it
man,
for I got it for $125,
nice. Yeah, that's the
which
thing.
is amazing freaking deal. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, sometimes you can definitely pay more than it's worth. I did take advantage of the $1 shipping that Whatnot has. So the way that works, I guess you would have more of an understanding, since you're actually now a Whatnot seller. But from my understanding, is the first game or first item that you purchase, you pay the normal shipping price for that item. So you kind of want to buy a smaller item to take the full advantage of it, so that we pay them like 350, 450, or whatever it may be for shipping on that smaller item. So that way, when you get into like systems and stuff like that, you're not paying another like 20, $30 to ship something out. You're paying $1, which is exactly what I did with that. I got the Game Boy game for like $3 plus another like $3 shipping on top of that. It was just a random Game Boy game, but I had that Sega looking on my. I was like, I'm getting that, and
Yeah.
sure enough, I got it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the way it works. So they have this, I guess, this agreement with Shippo, and so you pay whatever it is for your first shipping. If it's 350, 450, $8, depending on. Yeah, typically you want to buy something with a lower weight to kind of take advantage of the shipping. So say you get a Game Boy game, you pay 350, and then like you said, each additional item after that's only $1, no matter what the weight is. So even if you buy, an OG Xbox, you're paying $1 to ship it, which is amazing. I mean, you're not going to get that anywhere else on eBay, Macari, anywhere. So it's definitely one of the big advantages of whatnot. But yeah, so and then yeah, I've been selling on there now too. I applied. I think Baymax told me about the app. I think it was early February, late January, and I spent like a grand my
Oh
first
my
week.
god.
Spent like a grand my first week, and I was like, you know what? I don't have a choice anymore. I have to become a seller now. But no, I was interested in selling. I thought it was a cool platform to sell on. I had probably like I was sitting on maybe 60, 70 games I wanted to get rid of, Funko Pops, different things like that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to apply. It does take a little bit of time, or at least it did when I applied. It took like 2 months to get approved. Helps if you have like a big social media following, or if you have like a online or brick and mortar store, you'll usually get approved faster. It seemed like at some point in maybe like mid April, they kind of just like opened the floodgates. And because I've been seeing a ton of new sellers like every day, there's just new people that you can see that don't have any feedback yet, or they just started selling. So I think they're definitely opening it up now and approving applications a lot faster. But there might be still a little bit of a wait time there if you do apply. Um, but yeah, it's the selling experience of it has been cool. Streamed on Twitch for a little bit. I still might go back and stream on Twitch at some point, but I think that definitely helped to kind of get the that comfort zone and just kind of talking on camera and things like that. So, but it's been fun. The community's been great. I've met a lot of great people, like Game Night Arcade, some cool dudes there. I've gotten a lot of good games from them. They mainly do like Japanese, like you said, but I've upped my Japanese collection. I've gotten a lot of inbox games for like pennies on the dollar. So that's been awesome.
You gotta shake up that bag of Doritos. Gotta shake
Got
up
it. Yeah,
that bag of.
shake up the. I almost won that bag of Doritos twice. I don't know if I told you. I think I told Baymax. But so I'm bidding on the bag of Doritos, and I'm just tapping the button. I'm like, whatever. Like this thing's gonna go up to like $600 because it always goes up. It gets to about 175, and like 20 seconds left, and I'm like, somebody outbid me. Nobody's gonna outbid me, and it's going down 10 seconds. I'm still a high bidder. 5 seconds. Mind you, I have like
You're
200 in the bank. I'm
like
like,
sweating now. You're like, oh god.
I was like, mind you, I have 200 in the bank. I have no business buying $175 bag of Doritos. With like 3 seconds left, somebody outbids me. And I was like, oh, good Lord. Thank you. That happened to me twice. Just, you just kind of get in the hype of just bidding it. And that bag has sold for like $1,200 before. So I always expect it to go super high. But yeah, there's twice that I almost won it and cleaned out my bank. But so yeah,
Yeah,
there's
explaining that, huh?
yeah, that's something you have to run by the wife there. But at some point, I do intend to win a bag of Doritos. Just when I have extra money, not when I have 200 in the bank.
That's okay.
But
You'll always have
does
me.
have a cool. I'll always have you.
Tapatio Doritos over here.
Yeah, it's the free bag that they can never take from me.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's been a good community. Like Game Night Arcade, they're cool. Very funny people. No continues. Definitely a character on there. Follow him on Instagram. General Malice is another dude too, out of Austin.
He's a very smiley person.
He's one of those guys that's always smiling, always upbeat, positive vibe kind of guy. So I like that kind of stuff. I've watched him one time while I was at work and I was just having like a crappy day. I watched him for like several hours and it just helped that whole day go by. Just a horrible day at work and it just it helped push me through it. So yeah, some of those people are really cool.
Nothing like making
Overall, it's
money
a
and
cool
spending money
platform.
at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of like give and take. I think here soon I'm gonna end up doing all my Nintendo powers. I was kind of sitting on that, deciding do I want to let them go because they've been in my collection for about a year now.
Hey,
Picked them
Brandon,
up
you
out of an
want to
estate
watch
sale.
that? You might want to watch that stream. Just saying.
Yeah,
There's
there's some nice
probably only
ones.
like very select few that I want to actually get.
There's a
There,
Metroid one in there.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
there's a
the ones that
couple.
I'd want.
They're very. I will say this: the person who had the original owner probably read them once, skimmed through them, and then put them like in a box somewhere because they're pretty minty. Like I would say, most of them have their posters, inserts, or cards. So that's why I was so kind of hesitant to let them go because I'm like, a lot of times you see them and they're just rough shape, you know.
So we can
Unless,
work out a deal, right?
yeah, hey, we'll talk off camera.
No,
There we
no.
go. There we go. Yeah.
Right. He has to bid. He has to bid like everyone else. Waste your money. Waste. Shake the bag of Doritos.
Run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah. I have to come up with some kind of gimmick like that. It's not going to be a bag of Doritos. I'm going to like shake a soda and and then ship it to somebody.
So you got to put a tumbler. You got to put a tumbler in there.
I want to do
And
like
have
a
a tumbler.
whoever buys enough to where it goes in a box. I'm just going to ship a glass of water in that box, just
Please don't
Cody
do that to
style.
my stuff.
Just a box of water or a glass of water in each box. Um,
You
but yeah,
won't.
it's fun. I'm actually they incorporated OBS now into the Whatnot platform not too long ago, and we've your guys' buddy there, Chris, old school cards and games on Whatnot. He is taking full advantage
Oh
of,
yeah.
of that now. He's playing DDR. He has like backdrops of like nightclubs, and he's there dancing while he's selling. So that's awesome. That's if you're gonna use green screen and use OBS, that's the perfect way to use it. The way he's doing it,
Pretty much.
but yeah. So
What's
I think I'll use that at some point.
what's
Well, yeah, you have a
Baymax's
green screen.
story
For what?
for all your whatnot stories and whatnot? Because I don't think we went over that.
My stories on with Whatnot. I mean, I've known about the platform, and like I've been on the platform before. I just never bought as of like recently. But yeah, my poor wallet has just been taking hits left and right. Like it's like it's going up against Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson doesn't want to loosen up his grip. He's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like,
Like
but
Glass Joe against Mike Tyson.
true. but yeah, it's an interesting platform. I actually like it a lot now. If this, I know this platform just started now. It's I think in its 2 year mark right now. Um, as of now, like if it would have started like in 2019 leading up to 2020, I think it would have done way much better because everyone was locked into their houses
Yeah,
because
yeah,
people couldn't go out and buy and people wanted to sell stuff and they so you were stuck in this situation. You were like, okay, what the hell do I do?
yeah,
And Whatnot would have been perfect for buy sell trade and all this other stuff as well.
yeah. I think it's still coming at a real good time because the retro gaming market, it seems like since the pandemic and even maybe a little bit before the pandemic, has just been skyrocketing. I know a lot of the games that I bought like in 2017, 18, 19 have like almost doubled, if not doubled in value. So it's definitely going up there. I always talk about like my Lunar games that I bought for, I think I paid 170 for both, and now you can't even get one for 170. You know, it
Right.
just gains so high in value. The same like that my Thousand Arms too. I think I paid about 120 for it. Now that one's going for like
I'm just
200.
I'm just gonna walk up into your house, look you directly in the eyes, and just have that look and just move backwards like in that Legend of Zelda video.
It's just scoot back. But yeah,
Just
if anybody's interested in, if you're not on Whatnot yet and you want to get on the platform, I'm gonna throw a link if you want to go on there to be a buyer. Also, if you want to be a seller too, they give us a referral link as sellers to get you on the platform as a seller too. So I'll throw that in the show notes, also YouTube info section as well if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be because we got this crispy clean video. We got HD Brown Baymax, and Chip's looking pretty HD too with his cam. I need to upgrade my cam now. I have this Logitech Pro 1999 camera that I need to update
So,
now.
so I could make you a deal that you can't refuse.
Oh, here we
Just
go.
saying.
Don't take it. Run away. Run.
I could help you find a camera just like mine. Do you-
4.
For your 1,000 arms.
Oh, yeah. I wanted 1,000 arms since I was like 15. And I could never afford it.
Oh, that reminds me.
I'm gonna be buried with that game. As we watch Chips. Oh,
When did
got
you
the
buy
heavy.
that?
It's
Oh,
for her birthday, but I didn't want to.
nice.
I didn't want to show it off until she was passed out. So
Nice. That's
You went up to
This-
Denver and grab it?
I got it off of Whatnot
Oh,
got it
For how
nice.
much?
for I think it was 130, 140.
That's
That's
a
a
deal.
steal.
That's a
I was
deal.
like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this and stuff like that. I checked it out and then like immediately looked at her list of like her wish list and I was like, was it 1,000 arms that she already has or was it wild arms that she already had?
She has
Fuck.
wild arms.
Yeah,
She-
she
I know
had
she
wild
has-
arms already.
Because
Yeah.
mom was so my mom was paying her for something. Oh yeah, when she was out in Puerto Rico, we were doing the stuff in the shed. She had enough money to go pick up 1,000 arms in Denver that
Yeah.
day.
1,000 Arms, such a classic Atlas game. I love Atlas games as it is, but 1,000 Arms one of my favorite. Just the fact that you get to date all these waifus and then it upgrades your powers. It's just, and then the characters are quirky. Mice, the protagonist, is just one of the cooler, I think, characters out there. Definitely, like I like Lunar, but the characters are kind of like bee boo. You know what I mean? They're all like, they just seem kind of
Okay.
wimpy.
So
Mice
let-
is just he's different. He built different,
he built different.
and he's a perv.
So let's talk about a Whatnot stream that me and Abel joined. I know we're going a little off topic, somewhat. The one with Brave Fencer Musashi.
Oh my god,
Me
Dude.
and you.
I was so close. It's one of the last one of my grails I still want to get for PS1, and I was so close to getting it.
Both of us were looking for it.
So yeah, we're doing this mystery bag stream. Which one thing I'll say about Whatnot,
Should we talk about that one?
No, I don't want to talk about that one. I don't want to give that guy the time of day, but I would not do mystery bag streams unless you know it's a for sure reputable, long time seller of Whatnot, because those can go horribly wrong. I mean, they can go horribly wrong regardless. There's some people that I love on Whatnot that I've spent hundreds of dollars on mystery bags and not got anything I wanted. So I've kind of stayed away from them personally. I know some people, for them, it's more of like the thrill, the gamble, all that kind of stuff. So me and Bay, despite all this, we're in this stream, and it's oh man, I wish I remember the guy's name so I could shout him out. He's a really good seller.
I got you.
Um,
You can keep talking. I'll get you the name.
so Bay will get the name. So we're looking. They have a couple heavy hitters in here. They had Pokemon Black version 2. They had Brave Fencer Musashi, which I think was the ceiling. And so right away, they have bags 1 through 100. I'm like, people are picking bags, and I'm like, no one's going to pick 69 right off the bat. Like nobody wants. And so I was going to tell people, hey, somebody buy 69 for my sake. Like, please just get it. Why wouldn't you guys pick that? It's so funny.
Nice.
And so I was like, you know what? It's $20. I'll pick 69. So I picked 69 as Pokemon Black version 2, like $100+ game. I was like, sweet. I was like, cool. And did you get the name?
Yeah, his name is SpaceX Army 115.
SpaceX Army 115. Well, shout out to him. They're good. They're good sellers. I've bought them from them before. So we're kind of like debating because they have the brown bags and they're putting the games in the bags. So I'm trying to like determine which one looks like a square shape, like a PS1 game. Because a lot of them were like Xbox, Wii, PS2, Game Gear. So the PS1 is going to stick out, obviously. especially since it's like the double disc, case. Um, they finally get down to like the last like dozen bags, and I'm looking at 80, and I'm like, that looks like it has the double disc PlayStation case in it, like it looks like it's almost outlined in there. And I'm thinking this, I'm like, I think I'm gonna bid on 80. Soon as that popped in my head, 80 sold because they're doing it buy it nows. So everything was just listed in buy it now. You go and you select it. Sure enough, it was Brave. I had a chance to get not only the
Damn.
Pokemon Black version 2, but Brave Fencer Musashi with 2 hits. And I just wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, I ended up with all my games that I ended up with was freaking NES games. I was like, the first one was Gyromite. I was like, okay, dope. And it's a 5-screw Gyromite, so I'm thinking it might have that adapter in there. I was like, okay. Next one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull this one. Like, I'm gonna buy 2 right off the bat. The other one was MTV Control. And I was like, another NES game. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then freaking, I was like, I'm gonna buy one more. Shits and giggles, making it even 60. Went to go buy it. I was like, it's not gonna be an NES game. Sure as shit. I got I got was it Kung Fu?
Kung Fu, yeah.
Yeah, Kung Fu.
5 screw, I think also, right?
Yeah, five
Which ups the
screw.
value, what, a couple bucks maybe. But
Wasn't worth the
yeah.
$20.
Yeah, you didn't have the best picks. There were some like Pokemon DS games in there that were pretty decent too, but I think all those had been cleared out by the time we got to those last bags. It's just that Brave Fencer was in there and everybody wanted it.
It's like everyone was wanting Clay Fighters when Retro Rick was running his sale. I couldn't even
Yeah.
buy one box.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's the whole gist of the mystery boxing. I try to stay away from it for the most part. Those guys are some good sellers, so I want to support them and just have a shot in the dark at maybe getting a good game, and I did. I mean, so I'm probably
Lucky
gonna
you.
resell it to get Brave Fencer or another game I want, but we'll see. I've been trying to get Street Fighter the movie the game though for the last 2 months, and nobody has it. I go in there and
for
I ask
for
people,
Saturn.
for Saturn, or I'll even take it for PlayStation. It's more expensive, but I'll take it. How people ask like, "Do you have any GameCube? Do you have any GameCube?" Like, so you go into any of those
Hilarious.
streams. Do you have any GameCube? Do you have this obscure $400 game in your back pocket? It's like, uh, I'm kind of like that, but with Street Fighter. I don't think they take me serious.
I just look for common GameCube games like
Yeah,
Soul Calibur. I'm like, do you have this one?
yeah,
I'm like, I'm not after like freaking Thousand Year Door or Cuba War or like any of those heavy. I'm like,
yeah.
I
Can't
just want.
afford keyboard.
Nobody can. I'm like, I want Capcom versus SNK too. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
common title, or what common titles? Oh, like Evolution World that I just picked up as well.
yeah,
Like, give me those common titles.
yeah. Eventually, I want to get some of these sellers that've been selling on whatnot. Maybe pull them into the podcast to talk about their experience of selling and stuff like that. So definitely want to lead into that here in the near future. But how about you guys? You guys think you're going to apply to be sellers on there? Is that something that you guys want to do, or you want to stay away from that?
It's I don't know. I'm always back and forth on the idea because I have like 2 boxes in the living room just full of games that I'm just like, oh yeah, I got a great deal for it, but do I really want it? So I put it in a box. And honestly, I mean, at least nowadays, when you're trying to sell something outside of platforms like that, so like if you're selling on eBay and stuff like that, and you want to sit on it, that's you probably find a right buyer. But anywhere else, it's a lot of resellers and stuff like that that want to buy your stuff, and of course they want to buy it for like pennies on the dollar, which is like,
Yeah,
you take a heavy loss because you're like, well, I spent this much money on it, but I'm only getting this amount of money, and then they're going to turn around and sell it because they have the experience and stuff,
yeah,
and the selling platform and stuff. So I'm always on the fence, going back and forth. on wanting to apply, and it's more or less I don't want to turn my hobby into a job. Um,
Yeah.
while I do enjoy collecting my video games and stuff like that, it's definitely not a thing I want to get into as far as reselling and stuff. Like I buy my games to keep. That's
Yeah.
typically what I try to do. But I don't know. I think I might pass. I think any of my stuff that I currently have, I'll probably pass off either to you or probably to someone else.
me or Abel. Or
How
I
about
mean,
you, Bay?
we could drive down to Abel's house. Just saying,
Yeah,
we
I could do
could.
that.
I have the car.
Appears
We could load it up and go.
Bring
appears a
everything
guest.
in, just ship it the next day.
Yeah.
So I want to, but at the same time, I know I'm a great seller. I've done sales. I've sold a lot of crap. I mean, I've used to go buy broken laptops, fix them, and turn around and sell them for what I paid. I would pay probably like $40 for a laptop. I would make $250 off of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could do it. I have the selling capability, but at the same time, I don't want to like it's something I don't want to do by myself either.
Yeah. No, I get it. For sure. I think at the bare minimum, the great thing about Whatnot is it does help fuel some of your other social medias as well. Because I always redirect people back to like my Instagram or Twitter. Like, hey, if you got questions, you need to reach out to me, or if you just want to see what I'm gonna be selling or what I'm getting for myself, go follow me on Instagram. And you get, it's not like Twitch where you jump on and you got like three people watching you after a week of doing it. You get 30, 40, 50 people in there watching you. So it's easy. Plus, I mean, when people buy stuff, you can send them out your business card or whatever you got. So like I've been sending people out cards for the podcast along with like free stickers and things like that. So I think it's a great way to fuel other social medias if you want to build up your Instagram or your Twitter or like a podcast. It's good for that as well. So among selling games and making some money, there's some other cool perks that go along with it, I think. But yeah, I think it's fine. I'm trying to do like 2 streams a month. I'm not trying to go like crazy with it. There's some people on there I see every day selling like all day every day. I don't have the inventory for that, so I'm trying to do it like twice a month, and I think that's
I mean,
probably where I'll stay.
we could get you to that inventory.
Hey, if you guys got stuff, I'll take it. Could network this stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's make deals, Abel. Oh, come on. You want to make a deal with Monty Hall, right?
with who?
With Monty Hall?
Monty Hall.
Damn, you don't even know who that is?
I do not. Is that like a YouTuber?
Yeah.
Chips, do you know this Monty Hall?
Just as lost as you are.
Oh, my lord. Let's make a deal, Monty Hall.
Mm-mm.
He's like, no, not until I get all the info.
Oh my lord, hold up. Let's make a deal, Monty. It would help if I did this.
Oh, the game show Let's Make a Deal?
Yes.
I never watched that. I was more of a Price is Right kind of guy. Or Press Your Luck. That was a good one. I'm looking for Press Your Luck on Wii. It's been one too I haven't been able to get. But so that's Whatnot. It's cool. Like I said, check out for the links in the show notes, the show description on YouTube. If you want to jump on that platform, either as a seller or just a buyer. Well, going into the last part of the show here, wanted to talk about something that came out in like the last month or so called the Playdate Handheld. This is something that I caught this on Twitter. I saw a update on it, and then I saw a video from Metal Jeebus come on, and he did like a rundown on it. I guess they sent him a model to review, and it looks interesting. It's basically a handheld. It looks almost like something you get from AliExpress or Wish. Like at first glance, that's what it looks like. It looks just like some generic thing that has like 100 NES games preloaded on it. And I mean, not to crap on it, but that's kind of what it looked like at first. But then when you actually like when I was watching Metal Jesus video of it, and he shows like the build quality, it looks pretty sturdy. I mean, it's a pretty cool thing. It has a crank on it, so not only can you use your A and B buttons, but you have a crank that certain games use, and that's. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. What were your first impressions of it?
I think it was during E3 that like I said during E3 that I saw that. Um, I just don't remember. I mean, the last E3 technically because they haven't done an E3 in a bit. It's an interesting product. I mean, I could see it working in the long run where there's no electricity. Um, like certain countries where electricity is scarce and they could use it to like the kids could use it to play games, and it, depending on the price point as well. I mean, my in my opinion, I would get it just to have it because let's say you go to Puerto Rico and because the electric lines in Puerto Rico are held by spit and gum, and the slightest breeze knocks it off or catches fire, you're
Yeah.
out without
Well,
electricity and you could crank that up.
the thing is, I don't think the crank is used to power it though. The crank
Yeah,
is
it is.
used in game, like as a part of the controller.
I thought it was used to power up the system as well.
No, according I'm reading off their website, it says the crank. It says yes, the crank. Is it a gimmick? Nah. Does it charge the Playdate's battery? Nope. Is it really fun? Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, then
So
I'm way
so
off. Then I'm way off.
You're thinking about the emergency radios where you crank up to power.
like the flashlights.
No, I
Yeah,
thought it was. I thought when they first introduced it, they talked about the crank being used as to power up the system as well.
that would be awesome if it also. But you know what? Let me just get some power in this thing here and. No, I mean it's I from what I've seen, it's not used in every single game on there. But
Fishing games
it
would be perfect.
exactly, yeah. Like there's certain games that it's designed so that you can spin this thing back and forth and it moves, a lot better than using like a D-pad, for example. They had a game on there that looked like asteroids. And so instead of trying to move your ship back and forth with a D-pad, you can scroll your ship you can kind of sway it with that crank. So a lot of different games like that you can use. It's kind of an interesting new way to play your game. It's not anything there.
True. I mean,
it,
What were your
it's
thoughts on it, Chips?
I don't know. I always like weird gimmicky things. Like let's see, do I have any up here currently?
you're a virtual
Well, it's
boy.
like I was way the hell up there. I'm not grabbing that. Like little things like like the pocket station and stuff like that.
Pocket Station.
I always find interesting and stuff like that. So like it's a neat looking device. It's weird. It's gimmicky. It tickles my fancy. Um, I think I don't know. It's currently up for pre-order, and I think for a $179 price point that's really stopping me from really to get into it.
Wait. This thing is $179,
For pre-order, yes.
$179, yeah.
and it's not even backlit.
It's not
Not
backlit. No,
backlit.
it looks almost like a monochromatic ink screen, like you would see
Yeah.
on like a Kindle.
Yeah.
But I mean, the refresh rate looks pretty nice on it. So, but
So we could play
yeah,
Doom off of it.
I'm sure someone out there will find
Yeah.
out. They have
Yeah.
the development kit that you can get too. They have they have a Playdate developer site that you can go to and stuff like that. So I guess you can make your own. Yeah, they have their own SDK available and it's free to download. So yeah, you could probably make Doom.
Yeah. You can definitely hack it up a bit. And like Chips was saying about the screen, it looks crispy. Like
Oh yeah,
graphically, for the size of this thing, it looks really nice. It's just the non-backlit screen is what's killing me with it. But I guess if you can play it in good sunlight, kind of like how you did with Game Boy Color back in the day. Um, and I hate to make that comparison because the screen on this compared to like a Game Boy Color, it just looks so much nicer. But
For
yeah, it's
2022.
179. And the thing that I will say though about that price point is it does come with 20 games, I believe, included. on there. So it's not like you're kind of stuck with one game or no games.
It's
I believe you
24.
get 20 games, 24 games in there. And then I think every so often, I don't know if it's every month or 6 weeks or something like that, you get new downloadable games that you just download over Wi-Fi.
For free, or is it?
That I'm not 100% sure if you have to pay for that. I think you might have to maybe do maybe a subscription service possibly.
Well, I'm looking at this as the season. Here's the truly unique bit. Playdate isn't just an empty system. Once you set up your Playdate, you'll start to receive 2 brand new games every week for 12 weeks. And that's 24 free games in lots of genres. Some are short, some are long. Will you love them all? Probably not. Will you have a great time playing them? Absolutely. And then they show a list of games. Yeah,
So you,
it's
you probably get the first season included, and then after that you're paying per season to get like an extra like 12 games or something.
But how big is the storage on the system?
It is 15 gigawatts. I don't know. Let me see. I believe it's pretty spacious. Does it say on here? Da, 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 da. Probably look it up real quick. But it's storage. So it has 16 megabytes of RAM. As far as storage, it's looks like a 4 gigabyte flash. But these games, yeah, but these games look like they're not going to take up much space at all. I mean, it's not like their color. There's not a whole lot to them. I think 4 gigs, you could probably fit hundreds of these games easy.
How much you want to bet they're gonna make a color version, and they're gonna call it the what was it called again? Playdate Color.
Maybe.
It's gonna be like the Game Boy all over again.
That's the biggest critique I've seen so far is the backlit screen. So, and that, and I wish it was just a tad bit bigger, because it's not very big at all. It looks like the size of maybe like a credit card or something, and thickness of maybe like your wallet. Maybe thicker than my wallet now after whatnot, but it's doesn't look very big. So I wish it was just a tad bit bigger. The screen was a little bit bigger, and then had that backlit screen. I think if they're taking in feedback, I think eventually they're going to come out with a backlit screen. So I think I'm going to wait to see if they do that, because I really don't want to purchase this and then 6 months later, oh, pre-order the backlit version, or the color version.
Yeah, I guess a good comparison, at least from what I'm looking on Metal Jesus' video, it's about the same size as the top version of an SP from
Yeah.
what it looks like. Just trying to imagine that.
Yeah. So like the
That's so
screen,
small.
the top part that has the screen of the SP, right?
Yeah, that's what he's comparing it to in his video, and yeah, it's kind of tiny.
Yeah. That's small. Yeah. I think this idea for me 20 years ago, early 2000s, I think would have been perfect. I think now it just seems a little bit dated that you don't throw a backlit screen. I think that's kind of just step one when you're going to build a handheld. Make sure it has a backlit screen, because everything since like Game Boy Color, what was the last one? Game Boy Advance, I think, was the last one to not have a backlit screen when it released, and
Yes.
then they made the SP because it got so much criticism, and then from there, pretty much everything has had backlit screens. So
Yeah, because the SP has backlit.
as Baymax flexes his NES SP. I don't have mine near me.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's when you gotta show off your
Oh,
other
the red Game
handhelds.
Gear.
What's the Magic Knight Re-Earth one?
I want one.
Even got the game
So,
too.
do you think you're going to pre-order this Baymax Playdate? If they make it backlit,
It's
possibly
not.
color, would you pre-order it?
No, still. With that is because of it's the price point.
Yeah.
Is what kills it. because you're getting something simple. You're getting something so simple, but for a high price dollar. If you could get the same, you could get the same aspect with a Kindle, the same Kindle screen. Just crank up. Let's say you mod a Kindle and you crank up the CPU on it while putting decent cooling on it. You could
I
get
mean,
the
that's
same
gonna
effects out of it.
you're gonna attach a crank to a Kindle. Well, I'm thinking for that price point, you could probably get like a SP 101. You can definitely get uh, a DS, like a 2DS XL or a 3DS XL. Mod it if you wanted to mod it, throw some games on. So I mean, it's in that price point where you can get something probably a lot better. But this is, I guess, kind of that uniqueness factor to it. Like Chips was saying, it's quirky, it's different. I find myself drawn to these also, but for me personally, it's going to have a backlit screen before I jump into it. How about you, Chips? What are you thinking on this one?
I mean, they do show some other like accessories. It looks like this little like, I guess a speaker, a Bluetooth speaker, and a charger and stuff that you can slap on top of it. And it's got like a little stand or something. It, I mean, if they include all that and maybe dropped it down to like 150, maybe. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna get this. I'll probably get it like secondhand. I'm afraid it's gonna turn into like what the Ouya did. The Android
Yeah,
based
yeah,
I want it. I
gaming
want it.
console.
I want it Ouya still.
you
I
don't.
really
Well,
want one.
well,
No, I
even
do still.
I mean, I have mine, and luckily I only paid like $30 for it.
Some of
uh,
yours able.
I have one too, and I tried. I was like, you know what, this sucks, but maybe I could load it up with some ROMs and stuff, and even then the play rate just sucked on it too. It's just horrible. Like a Raspberry Pi kills the Ouya any day.
oh yeah,
So yeah, it's there. I mean, it's just it's on my shelf. It's just kind of a reminder of what could have been, I guess.
Sell it to me, Abel. I'll buy it off of you right meow.
I feel like the Ouya. I feel like it's going to be very collectible at some point.
At $30.
I feel like the Google Stadia controllers are going to be collectible at some point too.
I wouldn't mind getting
That's why
some of it.
everyone thought about the Steam controller when they were selling it for $1.
Dude, oh my god, I should have jumped on. Wasn't it like $5 they're selling them for?
It was $1. If I remember right, it was $1. And that controller is so freaking bad. I wanted to curse, but no, it's so
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, I mean, by all means, this isn't a PG podcast.
Well, just
He's all
saying. But
frick.
okay, sorry.
Just
It's fucking
yeah.
horrible.
Say fuck that controller.
Fuck that controller. No.
Yeah, no, I saw it and I was like, man, $5 or whatever. I think it might have been like $5 with shipping. I don't remember,
Yeah.
but I was like, I should just grab one of these. They're so dirt cheap. And then I was like, nah, it's all right. And then now you look at them on eBay, they're going for a pretty penny on there now.
Yeah, because people are
So
trying to. Well, give it a moment. People are gonna try to get rid of the controller because it is so bad.
yeah,
Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they tried adding tracking with a D-pad, and that didn't work at all.
it looks horrible too, but it is what it is. So Playdate, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to send one for us to review, we'll gladly review it.
Changed my mind.
Yeah, change
Change,
our minds. I would
changed my
definitely
mind.
review it. Would I buy it just off the information I'm given and what I've seen on reviews so far? No, because I want backlit. That's the only thing I think that's even at the price point it's at now. Backlight it, and I would definitely get it. I would pre-order it today.
Now, if they were to send me a review kit, I'll give my honest opinion. Like, I'll test it out, but they have to sell me on it. Like,
A week
sell me on it.
a week later, Baymax modded it to a Kindle. I attached the crank to the Kindle. It's generating power.
Dude, it would have been perfect if that crank was to be put as to power it up.
Like a
Oh,
power
it would.
source.
Oh, dude, it would have been perfect for like different countries and shit.
That would have been cool. Yeah, I think I don't know. I was thinking maybe it could be since it's not backlit. Maybe it's not generating too much,
It's
you
not
know,
generating too much power.
too much power. Yeah, and I think the battery life on this thing is pretty high too. I think it's like you can play it for like 12 hours or something like that. Hopefully, I'm not too off on that, but I think it was somewhere around there that you can play it and before the battery dies. But
It looks
yeah,
like
we'll see
it's
what comes out.
14-day standby clock and 8 hours active play.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. It's better than a Game Gear. It's true.
But it's backlit.
But yeah, but what would you rather play is the question.
Play Sonic 2 for 14 minutes and then your batteries die?
Hold on, let me get another 6 double A's.
All right, got 3 hits on Dr. Robotnik, and you're done. Oh man. But yeah, so we're wrapping up here on an hour, so go ahead and wrap up this episode. Feels good to be back.
Yes, it does.
I'm
I've
ready
been wanting to
to
come back.
BMX been pushing me. I've been I got a new well, push me to come back. I got a new job on what was it? November of last year. So I've been super busy with work. It was going into a whole different direction as far as my profession. So it's been a real grindy experience over the last 6 months. That's been killing me. And then doing the whatnot sales. We're still playing DVD, unfortunately.
Sadly.
For all you guys who play DVD out there, hit us up on Steam. We definitely need a 4-man Swift.
Cheddar
Me
Bay
and Bayman,
biscuits.
or Abel himself. Yeah, we're dying out here with 2-mans. But yeah, so Baymax, you want to go ahead and tell people where they can find you on the interwebs?
Oh no, OnlyFans. Sorry, I had to bring that back.
Oh my lord.
As I get banned off of
Even-
here.
Even a long hiatus, you still got to mention it.
Nah, you can find me on Instagram as Brown Baymax TV. On Twitter, please, is Baymax_TV. And then for Snapchat is gonna be Baymax Baymax.tv, and you can find me on Twitch. I'm streaming on and off. I'm trying to get a groove back into streaming, guys. I'm trying, but we got a couple of side projects going on here soon that I've been talking with Abel. So watch out for the Modern Gaming Weekly YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah. Before I forget to, I also want to mention we're going to be at Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona. And what day is it? I think it's what, the 3rd through 5th.
August 5th, August 5th, 6th, and 7th is the convention days. But in August 5th, the convention doesn't open up till 1 p.m.
Yeah, so we're gonna be hanging out there, probably buying up games, checking out some restaurants, and I think the Whatnot crew is gonna be out there as well with a booth set up. So we'll probably be hanging out there, chit chatting and stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. So get out there if you just want to hang out and get whipped on some Marvel versus Capcom because we're bringing
Oh, dude!
we're,
Oh,
we're bringing
oh.
Marvel versus. Well, we're bringing a whole bunch of games. We have some portable TVs. We're probably gonna set it up at the hotel, but probably throw them in the back of my Jeep too, so we can like play like maybe in the parking lot or something. I don't know.
Dude, I'm down to play in the parking lot, yo.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Because I have that portable screen now, this little flat portable screen. I'm bringing the GameCube with me, and
There you
because
go.
my GameCube is, thanks to Brandon for showing me little tips and tricks, I got it up and running fully. I just gotta get those games.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll be out there to shop around, so I'm sure if you don't get them
Poor wallet.
by then, you'll get them at the convention. And
Oh,
Chips,
literally.
where can people find you online?
Chips Gaming 98. Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Still kind of getting the motivation to actually post some stuff there. But if you want to find me, that's where to start.
And you can
It's a
find them
process.
on Game On Expo.
Maybe.
Peer pressure.
Oh,
Peer
my leg.
pressure. Mine, of course, you can find me on the Able Geek, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I'm hanging around there. I'm mostly just hanging out though in people's streams. I haven't been streaming much lately. And then follow the podcast Modern Gaming Weekly also on Instagram. We have a Twitter as well, and then a Patreon. There you go. That's it. I wasn't going to be so self-absorbed to throw out the Patreon there, but no, I couldn't remember what platform it was. Patreon.com/Modern Gaming Weekly. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we're posting on there. I'm going to be updating it here weekly. There's a video we did out in Austin. We went to Classic Game Fest too. It's totally accessible on there. So patreon.com/Modern Gaming Weekly. Go out and check it out. I'm actually going to go and subscribe myself right now because I want to support the podcast. So you guys should too. But anyways, guys, thank you for hanging out. It's been an awesome episode back, and we'll catch you guys next week. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you later.
Penis,
Bye.
penis, penis, penis.
Rude.